What is going on, guys? Oliver Reptiles here, and today I am going to be showing you what is going in the thing right behind me. Okay, let's just say I have good grades right now, and my parents wanted to reward me with, doing good work and stuff like that, and boom. Well, it's not actually here yet, but it is coming on Saturday, which it is Tuesday right now, so I have a few days to get everything ready and get this whole thing set up for Inferno. Once in like the middle of this, you will probably figure out what it actually is, and please write in the comments what you think it is. And I will reply back to you and say if it's right or wrong, But this will not be its full enclosure. This was my tortoise's enclosure before, and I mean, it's definitely dirty from sitting in our basement for years and years, but I'm going to be cleaning this, getting everything ready, getting different decor items and stuff like that. I mean, this will probably give you a hint. I'm just gonna say it's a bearded dragon. I'm getting a male bearded dragon, and I'm hopefully naming it Inferno. I'm picking it up on Saturday at like noonish, and Misfit Dragons, I will be shouting you out later in the video. Misfit Dragons is the people I'm getting them from. They're a really nice small breeders that breed from their house, and I loved all their morphs. They're trying to go for a Paradox bloodline, which basically means it has little spots of pigmentation and everything else is white, and that's what Inferno will be, but it's a lot redder than its other clutch mates, I guess, other brothers and sisters, but it is going to be set up in this for now, and then probably around Christmas time, I will be getting the new enclosure, which will be 4 foot, so basically spanning this whole entire length of it, and it will be much taller than this. It'll probably be about like till here-ish. Instead of being, short and stocky, I guess. And it has a side opening enclosure. My next one will be side opening, so like Athena's, it's not. So I mean, literally, I can't reach to the back of the enclosure without getting on a stool or going from the sides. So it's really hard to get her from the middle, right, like over here-ish. Which is really annoying and difficult, so that's why I'm getting a side opening enclosure, because, I mean, I'm already pretty close to the height. I mean, I can still reach everywhere because it's not super tall, but, I mean, this, I would not be able to put my hand down. That's why in Einstein's and Phoenix's enclosures, my snake and my leopard gecko, go watch all the videos on them I've done. I've done plenty of other ones. I've done ones on Shia, my tortoise, which is in front of me. But, I mean, I've never had a side opening enclosure other than this. I will admit, Exoterra, I love this, I love this product, but I don't like having them open like this. I like them sliding. Or I will like them, because I've never gotten one like that. Because one day when I was little, it was open. It was over there-ish. And I ran into it. It popped out of its hinges and snapped. And just shattered all across the floor, which is horrible. So we had to put basically like cardboard on it, so it looked like that until we got a new one. Thankfully, we found people that had replacements for them. But let's get on to cleaning this gigantous enclosure. And yes, it's night outside. There she is, boys. The new and improved / just cleaned from my basement. She is old cage. Phoenix, the cage that she has at the moment is actually her old cage. And then, but, I think I'm going to, while she's asleep, steal all of the cork bark dust. This log, so I can have it in the Bearded Dragons enclosure. Look at that. Look at that thing. So that can be a basking spot. I can add some layers and stuff like that up to get to this. I can even move it on this side so it's flatter so you can bask up here. It also has a warm hide because the radiation or the radiating heat from this will come down and give it a nice warm area. And then I obviously have another small-ish hide because I want it to kind of go into his adult life. But that is this part of the episode because I don't have really anything for this. I've been asking around what substrate I should have. Everyone has mixed opinions, oh, it should be tile, oh, it should be loose substrate, oh, it should be bioactive. I really do want a bioactive cage, by the way, or an enclosure. But I don't have any information on that, and I didn't know I was getting it this soon. So, this is the enclosure at this point. It doesn't look great. It's clean, but that I will probably keep in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. It's kind of just an empty area over there, but she does have that and that. I may give her something else that I build or something like that, but I may also give Inferno. I'm going to start calling it Inferno, so I'm not just saying the Bearded Dragon or Bearded Dragon that I'm getting or something like that. I may just even put a top of a cardboard box just for now, so I can get him a big thing that either I build or I get custom built or I get from a Reptile Expo, because gonna be honest, the stuff at other PetSmart and Petsco and wherever you get are not very good. But I will have probably the water somewhere here. Actually, I don't know a really good spot for it. I think right there. And then I'll have the food dish, which is also covered in stuff I haven't cleaned yet. Probably right next to it, I will have the enclosure, or the hide right here. Have a little stair thing going up to get on the basking spot. And then you can go in here, but this is all just temporary. I'm going to be having a massive cage in the upcoming future, which will be so cool and so cool to share it with you guys. By the way, my shadow's saying hi. But that is going to do it for this part of the episode, not the whole entire video, because normally I do a lot of my bigger videos in parts, but that's life. And by the way, I'm not using my tripod like I normally use because I want to keep it in this position so it shines down. So when I do eventually use tile or substrate, I may use a combination of both for right now, because I don't want to get the tile cut or cut the tile myself yet until I know that, I know the actual dimensions and I have the cage actually built. But I can't wait, man. It's a dream. A little story time. When I was about, I think I was about 6 or 7 or 8, something, I don't remember. But there was this Bearded Dragon that had an injury from another bearded dragon in the like in the enclosure at Petco or Pets, I don't know, one of them. I always get it mixed up. But and it was like, oh, it was hurt. Like it was a little like scab thing that they said it would heal up, but like, you know, you never know with animals. They could die one day and be starving another, you know. But before Chewy.com and everything like that, where we don't have to go to the pet store every week other than for these things, I was bawling my eyes out. I mean, we literally, what did we have to get? We had to get dog food, dog treats, or just dog food. But I was bawling my eyes out for this thing. I'm like, Mom, it's hurt. We have to get it. But we didn't end up getting it, and now I know so much more about animals. I mean, I have 4 going to be 5 on Saturday, like 1 and 2, 3 up there and 4 over there in my room, and then the 5th animal. Don't be surprised if in the next coming months I bring down the other animals, because I would like to move them upstairs or downstairs, so this gigantous room will be the reptile room. This used to be my mom's office, that's why there's a printer down there, and all of her stuff, and her board thing, but this was her desk, and now it's a table. I have my gaming thing, my PS4, and nice Diamondback hat, you can't really see it. But I kind of want this to become the reptile room. I already have this. If you get me to 100 subscribers by the end of this year, this will have a salamander in it. I'll have to reconfigure it. It was supposed to be for a frog, obviously, on that, but it didn't happen. Those are kind of my plans for the future of this room, and kind of my whole future. But so I don't have to have like, if I have to clean upstairs, I have to bring all of this, like this bottle and I don't know what else, like paper towels, but I normally have paper towels up there because, you know, it's easier. But I can just have everything in these little cubby holes. I mean, there's one over there, reaching. And this will become the reptile room. It'll be super cool. And I'd love to share this time with you. And wow, this hurts my arm because I don't have a tripod on. It's a lot easier with the tripod, can I just say. But that is going to do it for this part of the episode. See you probably tomorrow, because I have school off because my brother's doing an SAT test. SAT? Yeah, I'm right, yeah. I will see you when I'm getting the stuff in the store. Well, I spent probably about an hour and a half working on this other stuff off camera, which you see in a second. It's really just been putting tiles down on the back. It's basically been just tiles, trying to figure out what fits and what doesn't fit. I've gone through like 3 different types of tiles that we've had just from our house, extra tiles from miscellaneous things like the bathroom, the hallway, the sunroom, just all of this other stuff. Of course, the sunroom ones, which are really cool and textured, most of them are broken, or at least the majority of them are broken that are on top of them, which is horribly annoying because I don't want to dig through it. So I basically did this. I put some of the other tiles from the hallway and a few of the smaller ones from our some other ones from our backsplash. Some other ones from our backsplash in our kitchen to fill out the back of it, and of course I want to put the Exoterra background into it, but because of having the tiles not even half an inch above the or half-inch difference, this thing does not fit, so I will have to shave down probably this side because it has little holes, specifically for this tank, which I really won't be using them because they're supposed to, you put little mealworms and they fall down, but really that's not what I want to do. I mean, I'm thinking of target training the bearded dragon, which is so cool, and I really hope that works out. So I'm probably going to shave this down and get a little bit of bedding. There are some spots that none of the tiles fit, and this is a temporary enclosure. Nothing is permanent here, so the stuff that I buy or use from her cage, which I did put back just because, if you don't know who her is, it's Athena, my blue tongue skink, and that is what I would be using. There we go. That's what I'd be using for. Why is it off? This is annoying me now. Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's gonna be tilted a little bit. That's okay. But that's what I'm going to use for this. Probably, and then maybe just even a cardboard box, or if I find something that's big enough for this cooler side, or I don't really want to steal another thing from Athena, but I do have one more half log, but it's really dirty and nasty, and like there's nasty stuff on it because it's been used for frogs and toads and stuff like that I've had way back when. And that was actually Shia's old one until she got too big and we had to buy a bigger one for her. But I'm going to cut this off, or cut this down, get the lights, put this screen on, and if I've even really shown you the screen, this center area, we had a really hot light before we really knew what we were doing. Had a really hot light and it mildly melted it, so that's why that's happening. And for holding up the screen, this thing just like snapped off, so I have to fix it, do something with it, because I don't want Inferno, my new bird dragon, getting out in the first month I have him. But yeah, this is purely temporary. I will be using a little bit of Brian Barczyk's Reptile Prime bedding because that's the bedding I have, or even a little bit of Aspen because it goes with the tile. But I will be getting, hopefully, like 6 tiles that are specifically cut for the new enclosure that I'm getting in like December-ish, so I can switch them out. I can switch them out like when he poops on 1 or 2 of them. I can take them out, like swap them out, because with Athena's cage right now, there are 2 tiles, and I don't have replacements for them when she poops on it. So I do actually have to clean it off today, which is annoying, but it's not easy with tile. I've never used tile before. I've used rocks. I mean, I used rocks. I've never used tile because I've had snake, tortoise, and a leopard gecko. None of them use tile. Barely any of them, at least. So this cage back here is going to have tile. Basically all tile. I may have a little bit of area where, like inside inside one of the hides will be a little bit of some type of bedding. I don't know what. I'll probably just reuse it from one of these. Not reuse, but use the ones I bought for the other enclosures, just because I don't want to buy another thing that I'm using just a tiny bit of. Well, I'm going to cut this down. What else, really? get. I mean, I have to clean off the food bowl, and the water bowl has already been cleaned out. That was actually her old either water dish or food bowl or food dish, but I have the pink one in it right now because I just do. It was the one that I picked out of the two of them. So the other one, which is what, right here, I'll be using for his water, and then I have multiple other food dishes for him. Well, I'm gonna go do that, and then we gotta go to the store and buy everything that I don't have at the moment for him. Let's do that. Look at that. That is the finished product for the backdrop and the ground. As you see, I did add some aspen just to fill up the holes that did not have tile. That will be his cold end, so he really won't go over there very much, but this is his warm end, which I'll probably have cork bark and all this kind of stuff. As you can see, I cut the thing and I used a heat gun to melt all of the styrofoam back in place so it doesn't fall off, just in case, you know, if he does end up eating it or tries to eat the little stuff that would come off from him scratching at it. But I'll probably have to tape it down in the back because I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it falls off if he tries to climb on it or something like that. But now we have to go to the store to be able to get everything else we need for this enclosure. Let's do that. Okay, well, I'm back from the store and I have bought this. Well, it's supposed to be for fish, but fish and reptile decor, mostly fish to reptile decor, is the same. I mean, this is a little bit slicker. I mean, it's a lot more plasticky. I'm knocking on it. But that will go right in here-ish. I don't know where exactly I'm going to place it. I may take out these little fern things just because for him laying on here to bask. I'm still going to actually yoink more cork bark dust. It gets everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna bring it over here. And that will be the bearded dragon enclosure with, I think I'm just gonna put it over here or something like that. I don't really know, but the food will probably go over by it too. So that's how it's gonna look. I still have to get the bulb in, which I don't, there it is. I still have to get the PowerSun UVB bulb in, which I have the thing right now. I have to dust off and stuff like that. But I'm gonna get that done and I will show you the final reveal of the enclosure. Well, that's just annoying. Well, this is the final product of the bearded dragon enclosure. This is a little bit high to the top, but that is okay because the basking spot is over here. I'm gonna have to see how hot it actually gets tomorrow, because I'll have to raise it and lower it depending on the height. But this is a UVB bulb too. But in the new enclosure I'm going to be getting in December-ish, because he'll be big enough to go in it by then, he will have basically the same as this flat long LED. It will be the same as that, basically, going all the way across the top and then having a actual basking bulb on either side of the cage. Depends what I put it on, but I had to do a little bit of surgery on the bottom of the new thing we got, because as you can see right there, this thing was uneven, so I had to put a little piece of cork from my mom's sewing kit and glue it on there. Of course, I smacked it off like 4 times now, so I may have to glue it on. And then when I get back from getting the bearded dragon, again, thanks to Misfit Dragons for kind of sponsoring this by getting me the animal. And wow, my face is really bright right now because the fan's right above me. But that is going to do it for this video of All in Our Reptiles. On Thursday, this new animal, this bearded dragon, and also known as Inferno, will be coming to this house. Technically, it's on Saturday it's actually coming, but I actually need to clip this one back in. There's one clip not clipped in, so I don't forget that. But on Thursday, the video will be coming out showing you what he looks like in this enclosure, and don't worry, it's going to be probably about like a month-ish until we get the big enclosure and everything like that. So it's going to be plenty big for him. It's basically going to be the same thing as Athena's, but obviously no top like stopping it. Or there is a top to it, and I do want to get her basically the same exact enclosure because she is an Indonesian blue-tongued skink, and she needs a higher humidity, and right now she doesn't have that. It's really hard for her to shed. That's why I've had multiple shedding videos, because she just can't shed on her own at the moment. So in the next year-ish, I want to get her an enclosure that can hold the humidity and bedding that can hold humidity too. I want to change her to a different substrate, just it's easier and stuff like that. But that is going to be this video of All in Our Reptiles. Hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait to show you this new bearded dragon. I haven't even seen it in the flesh yet. I cannot wait. It like less than 24 hours away from getting this bearded dragon, and I can't wait. Well, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow. I will see you Thursday when this new bearded dragon arrives. See you then.